Hi, how are you? I am Brando and I will talk to you about the Canadian educational system. Okay, you know the educational system changes depending on the country where you are, on the continent where you are, and also maybe the city or province. Okay, so I will explain to you what the educational system in Canada is like. I will start saying that the educational system in Canada changes depending on the province and also the territory where you are. The grades at which each level begins and finishes changes, also depending on where you live. All provinces and territories provide universal, free elementary and secondary schooling for 12 years, with the exception of Quebec, where it lasts 11 years. Education is compulsory to the age of between 15 and 18, again, depending on the province. There are different types or different stages in the Canadian educational system. The first one is elementary school. In elementary school, children usually enter kindergarten at age 5. Elementary school generally includes grade 1 through 6. In regions that then have 2 years of middle school or junior high school, and in areas without this elementary school goes up to grade 8. In Quebec, elementary school is grades 1 to 6, and students then go straight into high school. Then we have secondary school. In secondary school, they are most often called high school. They typically include grades. Typically include grades 9 to 12 in regions with middle school and junior high school. It also includes grades 7 and 8. In Quebec, high school covers grades 7 through 11, and students go to. They take something that's called CEGEP for 2 years before applying to a university. The CEGEP, what I just told you, it's a publicly funded pre-university college in the province of Quebec, and well, it's originally a French acronym, but the meaning in English would be General and Vocational College. Sum up a little bit the educational system in Canada. The first years that would be divided in two main regions, in Quebec and the places in places outside Quebec. Okay, in Quebec, the elementary school grades are 1 to 6, and then they go straight to high school, where grades are they start from grade 7 until 11, and then they have to take this program like 2 years that lasts 2 years, and that's like a pre-university program. Okay. The other regions, okay, the regions where it's not Quebec, elementary school goes up to grade 8, and then high school starts in with grade 9 until grade 12. Once they finish secondary school, there's post-secondary education. This one includes career college, also known as vocational school. They include community college, the university, and also grad school. Something that's very particular about Canada is that they have language programs. Language programs like English or French as a second language, depending on where you live, or depending on the region. Because if you live in Montreal or Quebec, they would offer English as a second language. They are offered at middle schools, high schools, colleges, universities, and private language schools. And yes, that's pretty much the structure of the educational system in Canada. It's very, very simple. If you could notice, it changes. The only thing that changes the most is that the grades, if it's in Quebec or if it's in other areas of Canada. And that's something that's very, very good, is that they offer language programs depending on where you live, depending on when you're studying. they would offer English as a second language or French as a second language. This is one of the advantages of being in a country where there are two official languages. I think it would be a little bit crazy to do something like that in Switzerland, because if you don't know, or well, in case you didn't know, there are four official languages three official languages in Switzerland. You have German, French, and Italian. So that would be also very interesting. Thank you very much for paying attention, and see you next time.